Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us this week. Very special, very unique energy that we can all receive this week, and one that it's a secret that I don't want to much sharing that secret, but it's important to share that. This week's portion, it's the last portion, it's the last reading of the second book called Exodus. Sorry. We know that Exodus is not really what the book is all about, because in Hebrew, the book of Exodus is the book of Shmot. And Shmot mean names. So it doesn't mean anything about Exodus, right? Again, the corruption about the translation also is a problem. Because in that book, we reveal all the names, Shemot vekinuim, names and clothing of how the Creator can and should be revealed in our life. If a person understands that, in this week's energy, you receive all the lost clothing. Clothing, I want to say it again, clothing is like, in order for me to have this cup of tea, right? I need clothing for that. And the clothing is the cup. So I can put the water inside the cup, the tea inside the cup. So the cup is the clothing, right? And the tea, for that instant, is the essence. Same thing for us. I get dressed so I can go out to the world. In this week's portion, the energy is you receive a collection of all what you lost as clothing for the Creator to be revealed in your life. So it's almost like, because this is the last week, the last reading, but also on Saturday night, we entering to the new moon of what we call Aries, Nisan, Aries, which is this week is the last reading of that book, and the last week of the month of what we call Pisces, which is the connection, if you remember, we spoke about Jupiter and all the energy of miracles and so forth. So what do I need to, first of all, to know the big picture. What's available, what one can receive, right? And what is the benefit? Because it's almost like if you skip or you miss or you were losing consciousness this month, this week comes and says, you know what, whatever you lost, I'm going to retrieve whatever you lost. So there's a great benefit to lost energy or skipping through journeys in our life. This week is almost like a magnet to all the things that we lost this month. The reading itself, it's filled with a lot of detail like the last two portions. Therefore, the focus is not the actual words and what we're reading about, because it's exactly the same reading in the last three weeks. Different words, different location, but it's all the same. The building of the tabernacle, the Mishkan HaEdut, and the clothing of the high priest. That's it. The building, structure, the courtyard of that, before, after, whatever it is, same thing. It's just the consciousness of the people that were engaged, it's different. So, let's understand what are we focusing on this week. This week we're going to focus on the energy we call Pekudei. Pekudei is the word for, you call it the details, right? Ele Pekudei Mishkan, these are the details, these are the numbers that were used, right? The amount of gold, the amount of this is the word, literally if you read it. But we know the Pekudei have few secrets that I want to share. I'm going to use this word Pekudei in few variations that the Kabbalah is giving us, so we can open that week to see what we can grab, from where we can grab more light, more energy, more secrets to our life. One is that it tells you, Pekudei, it's the word for pakid. Pakid is clerk. A clerk. A clerk. What? Clerk. What's the connection between this holy wisdom, holy connection, to a clerk? Very, very deep, beautiful understanding. Because a clerk is somebody who doesn't need to calculate. He doesn't need to think so much, evaluate, right? He's just, receiving the documents, file the documents. A clerk, right? Anybody, it's funny on the side, I always find it fascinating, right? All the time when we go, anybody went to a DMV before? The funny thing about the DMV, even if you have all the right details in the right place, you're always missing something. There's something like maybe something was wrong, right? And again, I'm doing it for many years, and like, is it me? No, it's everybody. It's so interesting. Why? Again, it's nothing to do with DMV, but the idea is that the clerk over there is just doing what it said. The box is not, you didn't write in the box X, boom, take the file, do it again. What? So, okay, I just mistaken. I wrote this here and I didn't put exclamation over there. It's the whole document is wrong. A clerk have the right thing to do. Is what? Not to think, just this is how it should be, and then we accepting your offer. Right? If you write an offer, let's say for example, you want to bid on a project, or you want to receive a loan of sort. You have to sit with the clerk and he tells you, fill up this, sign up here, sign up there. If you're missing something, they're not accepting your offer. And even if it's online, they don't get your file doesn't send. Right? They click the button, send doesn't even open. Think about it. This is physically. Spiritually, it's the same idea. If one little thing is not in the right place, spiritually it works the same way. If your consciousness is not fully engaged in the moment, it doesn't do it. They're not accepting the file. So sometimes we need to learn how to become a clerk. Just to obey the rules sometime, right? So there are two situations for a clerk. One is when you're a real clerk, you're not involved. The documents that come to you, it's not about you, right? You are just what? A channel. This week, you can really literally connecting to being a channel to this world. But when you're able to understand that I'm not getting involved, I'm just a clerk. I'm just a clerk. I'm just taking the documents. Thank you, sir, delivering to the government or to the bank. You're not involved. You're not like coming giving your opinion. Right? One is to really sometime in a situation act like the clerk. I hear, I deliver. I don't get involved in the message. Right? Two, the second part is when we become a clerk and we get busy with the details and we forget the big picture. So the two things are, and able to be a clerk, sometimes get yourself out of I'm just the clerk, I'm just the delivery system. Second is, don't get caught up in the details only. As a clerk, thinking small, think about the big picture as well. So you have to have the both level. One is when it's about others, when you are channel for others. Two is in our life, when we get stuck in the details, we forget the big picture. Or when you look in with people and you get meticulous with their issues and you forget the big picture. You become too clerk with them. Okay? So that's the first gift that we receive. Second, which is a very important information that we need to share it every year when it comes down to this energy, because it's a huge protection, huge protection. It says, Ele Pekudei Mishkan, these are the details, these are the things that were used to build the tabernacle. One thing that the Kabbalists share with us, in the building of the Mishkan, in the building of this tabernacle, these structure things, the negative side, the Sitra Achra, the other side, the evil force that wants to completely eradicate any human being from this world, that is their goal, was walking around. As they building the Mishkan, as they restructuring, and there was a assembling on everything, the negative side, the evil spirit was surrounding, trying to get in, trying to insert into the system. But the way Moses and Bezalel, the people who were engaged, therefore, in the first one that they built, the Sitra Achra, the negative side, were able to insert and create finite energy to an infinite tool that meant to bring protection and love to this world. Therefore, they had to restructure it, rebuild it again, but this time, almost like a fire that's surrounding that Mishkan, that the Sitra Achra, the negative side, not going to be able to enter, to insert limitation on that tool. What is this idea? This is for those of us who understand continuity. For those of us who understand this idea of continuity, that there is never end to everything that you create, everything that you build can last forever. A company, a relationship, friendship can last forever if you build it right and you never let the Sitra Achra, the negative side, insert himself into that structure with the right people, with the right consciousness. Because when one is building, let's say you build relationship, or you build a house, or you want to build a business, or you want to build a new team, or building an employee to become a leader, right? We're all going to be in a position sometime in life that we need to build something. Very important in the building structure to be aware of the negative side wants to insert himself in that system. How do I prevent from allowing that negativity to enter? Very simple. Remove any calculation. Cheshbonot. Be calculative with people. Calculative with who and when and what and how. When we have this calculation, you really need to understand that you insert the negative side inside. Endless. That's the only conversation you want to have in building of everything. I build relationship forever. I don't really build something right now. If you don't like me today, or let's say if I see somebody, let's say if you build something temporary. Every time you build, let's say, temporary relationship, right? When you build a relationship, people will fall. People will make mistakes. People will show the true face. And then you're going to be disappointed. So think about it. When we build relationship, I'm going to see the true face of the person. Or they're going to see something they don't like about me. But because we're building something that is structured forever, I'm not going to be so concerned with the moment that I realize, oh, the person have an issue or a problem or something that I'm not really yet ready to accept. Reminding you, in building everything, anything you build, a home, family, stop the calculation and stop sitting on dots and waiting. No, she's not changing. I'm not moving forward. Oh, if they're not doing it this way, not doing it that way, I'm not doing it. These calculations are just limitation that you allow the negative side to be partner in everything you do. So don't think, be a clerk, right? Don't think and don't calculate. But I think that you're building something. Make sure do not insert these type of limited consciousness. And therefore, you're preventing from the sitra achra, from the negative side, to be part in everything you do. What should be my consciousness? Very, very simple. Very simple. I'm not thinking about me and my benefits, me and my profits. I'm thinking only of how beneficial, how tremendous help it's going to cause people. How it's going to beneficial other people. How is it going to influence more? This is what we're building. You build relationship, oh, it's going to be for me. Me and you are going to be together in all our life. Me to me is going to be definitely the negative side. If your relationship, if your business, if your team, if the people that you build are for others, are meant to train themselves to be for others, everything they build will be for others and will last forever. This is how it goes. So remember, when you build something external, family, business, friendship, whatever it is, I'm building something internal, nothing external. And this is what it's important for us to awaken. Now, this is the second part, that it's important in anything that you engage. Has to be lasting forever. Nothing in limited terms. Then, you take the word Pekudei, right? The clerk idea. But it's also in the word Pekudei, there is the word command, Pekuda. Pekuda is, you get a command, or more than a command, is like an order. Right? When your commander come and tell you, I'm giving you a Pekuda. It's an order, you cannot change it, and you cannot refuse it. Right? That's in the army. Any other place in life, we take a lawyer, we take an accountant, we're arguing. Only in the army, I'm giving you an order, you have to do it. Give me 20, you do it. You don't ask question, right? What is the concept over here? Reminding you, majority of us have a very difficult time taking orders from others, taking orders that we feel that we are not in control, that we feel like, wow, should I listen to this or should I listen to this? It's very difficult to take an order from somebody. But the key is, if you want to be the one who commanding, who gives order, who leads, is the one who can take orders from others. Is the one who can listen and follow the instructions. That's Pekuda. The Pekudei, it's the same idea. I'm willing to surrender and receive a command from anyone who comes to my life. So now, this word that you're going to hear right now, it's something that we all struggle. Self-discipline. Anybody can tell me that they don't have an issue with, I'm very disciplined. Yeah, when it comes down to our selfish need. To our selfish need, we are very disciplined to get them. Right? I need my hour break. I need my lunch. I need my sleep. I need my resting. I need my walk. Very disciplined when it comes to us. Right? When it comes to, again, some people who says, no, I'm the worst enemy for myself because I never really take time to this and this and that. Yes. But when the time comes and you really need, you are very disciplined about it. You would go to sleep. You will do whatever it takes. Right? What I'm trying to say is to be disciplined when it comes down to the spiritual work. when it comes down to the spiritual work, discipline goes out of the window. Because why? As I said last week, please listen to it. I know it was posted a little bit later, but please listen to that idea that the amount of reasons, or the reasons why people not disciplined spiritually, like very much forever, is because they have the wrong value on spiritual matters. They have the wrong values. That's what we spoke. But the real force of light, of energy, of what we call the light of the Creator, is only to the degree that you are disciplined in your spiritual work. Whatever it is, a moment of meditation, but you're disciplined about it. The discipline is that muscle that can draw more into your life, meaning you take in an order. It's an order from the Creator. I got the order, and I'm disciplined about it. The discipline, being disciplined, this is the order. This is the order. Now, if you want to receive this week strength, look into whatever you are doing spiritually. Just that, the same thing that you're already doing, but now inject discipline on that. I'm going to be very disciplined with this tool. Always wishy-washy, always finding excuse, always pushing it. The first thing I'm pushing is my class, right? 8:30 come class, and I have there's an amazing game. I'm going to watch class later. Pushing class, right? I have a meeting with a friend, but there's a better friend ask me to go out. I'm going to go with the other. No. Be disciplined in what you decide to do. That's one thing. And using discipline as an order. As an order. This is a pekudah. A pekudah, you're not refusing. But choose wisely. And the way I ask you to choose is to choose the spiritual path. Whatever you do in your path, whatever it is you do, even if it's just this class or a meditation daily, be very disciplined about it. This, I said 3 times in different ways. Hopefully it's enter and you receive the command, the order, the pekudah. That's what can download a lot of secrets for you. The same word pekudah or pekudei, it's also the word mitpaked. Mitpaked is the word for somebody that is right there, willing to jump, right? Which means mitpaked is somebody that is like, I'm here, I'm ready, use me as a vessel. I'm here. Tell me what you want me to do today. Which means, talking in the army, is always to be willing to jump on grenade for your friends. There's always this conversation about it, right? And people speaking in this way, I'll jump for a bullet for him. A lot of people are saying it, right? This is what changes in this day, in this week, right? It's like when we say, Benjamin asked me to jump, I'm just saying how high, right? It's a lot of people. This is a bit cultish, I would say, but it's in a way, if we understand that I'm a soldier of the light. I'm a soldier of the light. And if I'm a best soldier, I'll be promoted to a commander. And if you're not a good soldier, you're going to be just maybe doing some other thing, janitor things. You know, there's not a problem, but you have to understand. If you discipline, and if a challenge come and you're not running away from that, you're using all your tools, you're using your wisdom, you're using consciousness to overcome negativity and not quick fix and run away, you are a good soldier. And therefore you will be promoted. But that's why the universe always testing us. This is a playing field who always gives you tests. So this is another gift that comes to us this week. Now I want to go back to the word pakid, a clerk. And this is what I want you to do this week until what we call Passover. Passover is the 14 of the 10th of the month of Nisan, and then until 14, 15. We know that in probably 3 weeks, we enter to what we call Passover. I'm going to speak about it separately, but first, next week, we're going to speak about, next Monday will be about the new moon of the month of Aries. And then the following one will be about Passover, what to prepare, what to think about. But it starts this week because you need to be a pakid, a clerk for what? Start doing inventories. Start doing inventories. New details you find out about your life. New details you find about yourself. New behavior you realize about yourself. Things that this year came up that was not present itself for the past year. Make an inventory of how many times you were influenced by situation and how long it took you to overcome that. Let's say your boss told you something, you completely paralyzed, or you completely knocked down, or a girlfriend left you and you completely waste your ways, an employee quit and you didn't know what to right and left. What influenced me? This year, what influenced me? How long I stayed down from that situation. I needed 6 months to recover. I needed 6 hours, whatever it is. Make an inventory. Be aware that the falling that you had 6 months ago, how long you stayed down. What did you complain about? Make an inventory. This is the clerk energy that you need to use for your spiritual work. Because if you are right now writing it down and you see it, reminding you that in Passover we're receiving a new vessel of light. That's the opportunity at least. But if you don't know what your vessel was falling or overcoming, what the strength and all of that, this is the evaluation that you're doing right now. It will be very difficult for the universe to provide you with new opportunities or new vessels. So, you're sitting around, you're thinking about, oh yeah, remember I fell with that individual. Did I learn my lesson? What was my lesson? And did I want to learn the lesson over there? Right? So most of us something happened. We left it in the back. We think it's overcome. No. More you are aware of the details, that is how much the Creator can help you. Now, wait a second, Benjamin, what did you just say? More you doing this clerk work about your life, the inventory for life, the type of what we call thoughts, what am I wearing, how many shirts I have, everything, inventory, more the Creator can help you. Wait a second. You would say it should be opposite. Isn't the Creator wants to help the people who are unaware, and the people that are aware, he needs to do less? Absolutely the other way around. More details you have, more and better partner you become from the Creator. So think about the logic, the common sense, right? If I have a partner and I have an employee, and the employee know more than the partner about the business, who I'm going to find myself talking more? With the employee, not with the partner. Who I'm going to help more? The employee, the partner, he doesn't know about his business. I have no one to talk to. More you know, more you become the real partner. So what do I need to know? Where am I falling? Where are my strengths? What did I learn this year? How long did I stay down after I fell in the golden calf? Right? I made a mistake. How long you stay down? Right? I had an instant gratification. I took for the moment, But are you talking to the next day, you continuing, or you stop it? When a person start to be aware of all those details, that's why the clerk energy, the Pekudei energy is needed to give us the view, the sights of all those details. Now, the Creator can be looking at me as a partner, because I'm aware of all, because the Creator wants to influence all His partners first in this world. That's what it is. And that is what we will switch in Passover. That's the switch that's happening. Either you're a partner or you're just an employee, right? Last thing is in the last section of the portion, which is the final moment of the book. There is the biggest scene that Hollywood cannot never make, right? It's when Moses completing and put all the pieces together, and then the fire and the clouds and the thunder is around this Mishkan. That's when everybody starts seeing the light like crazy. No, even closer to what Hollywood can produce. No way. But that's in real life. And it says the word, ולא יכל להתקרב, right? What does it mean? לא יכל משה לבוא. The energy of the Mishkan was so strong that no one could go closer to it. What do we receive in the final moment of this week? Please, it's a very important gift, and it's not just to make you feel good, but it's a really, really important point. When a person is always making sure he's connected to the light, some people in your life won't be able to get closer to you. You have to understand. The people cannot close to you not because you are negative, not because you are better. Is that light around you? Don't let them get closer. It's not simply, and again, sometimes they can get for 1 hour, once a month, 1 hour with you, no problem. The fire is too hard, it's too burning. But only when you connected. Only when you connected, ולא יוכל להתקרב, no one can get closer. Now again, those who have the vessel definitely can get closer. And if you are making sure that you connected to the light, you don't need to chase after anybody. And the people that sometimes not coming or cannot or this or that, it's a calculation between do they have the vessel or they don't have the vessel. That's it. Now, what we want as a result is to be guided by what we call the cloud. In that moment of the Mishkan, a cloud came out of all of that, and that cloud was representing by what we call the protection shield. Every time the cloud moved, they moved. The Israelites packed and moved. And anytime the cloud stops, they had to park and stay until the cloud is moving, which represent for our life to only be guided by the light. Only to be guided by the light. When the light says, I move, I move. How do I know? What would I know? Yes, if you're connected, you will know. If you don't know, it's because you're not connected. It's because you don't do this work. Again, please, there's many different gifts that you received in this week. Look into it. Make the right inventory. Have the right awareness. And when you build something, friendship, relationship, house, business, you need to make sure that the sitra achad, the negative side, is not inserted in. And that structure will always be guided by the cloud. The cloud of glory, we call them. So thank you so much for those of you who join us, and have a wonderful rest of the week.